Okay, we're going to use the washer method for this problem. Here is the curve y equals the cosine of 5x. I only started at 0. Horizontal lines, x equals 0, x equals pi over 10. And the axis of revolution is this horizontal dashed line, y equals -1. And it looks like we're going to, like I said, use the washer method. So a typical radius is perpendicular to the axis of revolution. And we're going to use outer radius squared minus inner radius squared. So the outer radius is actually the length of this blue line here, which is the y coordinate at the top, which is the cosine of 5x, whatever x is between 0 and pi over 10. For every x, the y coordinate is the cosine of 5x. The y coordinate at the bottom is -1. So an algebraic expression for the length of that line is the cosine of 5x minus a -1. There is the outer radius. We're going to square that. Minus the inner radius is the distance from the axis of revolution to the inside of the region that we're revolving. And that's just going to be 0 minus a -1. Here's what that looks like simplified and even more simplified. That's what we want to evaluate right there. How do we do that? Well, here it is again. We're going to use u substitution. So we'll let u equal 5x. du equals 5 dx. And we're going to replace the limits of integration since we're doing a definite integral. So when x is 0, u is 0. We'll just plug in that value of x right there. When x is pi over 10, u is pi over 2. So we're ready to do the u substitution. One way to picture this is, I need a 5 dx here to get du into the picture. So I need to put a 1/5 out front. And so here's what the definite integral looks like after u substitution. 1/5 pi, 0 to pi over 2, the new limits of integration. Cosine squared of u, 2 cosine of u. I won't go into the derivation of this antiderivative for the cosine squared, but that's it. You can find it in a table of integrals. The antiderivative of cosine of u is sine of u. Plug in pi over 2. We get pi over 4 plus, if we put pi over 2 in here, we get the sine of pi, which is 0. Sine of, right here, sine of pi over 2 is 1. That's why we get a 2 here. And over here we get all zeros. So 1/5 pi times, if I combine these two terms, I get pi plus 8 over 4. Distribute the 1/5 pi. There's an exact answer. And that matches what we get over here. Okay. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.